So in the last class we have discussed boundedness of a set. What is a bounded above set, what is a bounded below set, and what is a bounded set. And also the concept of set of upper bounds of a set of lower bounds of a set. Now we try to define what supremum of a set. If the set of upper bounds of a set S has a smallest member, say n, then m is called least upper bound or supremum of the set. We have already discussed what a set of upper bound is. Suppose a set is bounded above, then and k is an upper bound. Okay, so all the member of the set are bounded above by k, and all real number greater than k are also an upper bound. So all that collection which are k and real number greater than k, that forms the set of upper bound. And if that set of upper bound has a smallest member, then we call that m least upper bound or supremum of the set. Least upper bound or supremum of set. So there are infinite number of upper bound of a set, but supremum is only one because that is the smallest element. No element smaller than that will be an upper bound of the set. So supremum is unique, but upper bound are infinite. We can have only one supremum, but we have so many infinite number of upper bounds of a set. So this way we define the supremum of a set. What is the infimum of a set? In the similar way, we define if the set of lower bounds, a set is bounded below, and if k is a lower bound, then all real number less than k are also lower bound, and all that infinite collection is set of lower bounds. And if that set of lower bound has greatest member, then we call that member or that number greatest lower bound or infimum of the set. So smallest of all upper bound is supremum and greatest of all lower bound is infimum. In this way we define supremum and infimum of a set. So it is clear from the discussion that a bounded above set there may be infinite upper bound but only one supremum. We cannot have more than one supremum of a set. Can we prove this? We cannot have more than one supremum for a set. Let m be a supremum of a set S. Then m is an upper bound necessarily? No. S such that x is less than equal to m for all x belongs to S. Every element of S is less than or equal to m because m is an upper bound. And no member less than m can be an upper bound. No member less than m can be an upper bound. For any positive integer epsilon, however small, there exists a member y belongs to S such that y is greater than m minus epsilon. If we take slightly towards left of m, then that will there we get another element of the set S. Another element of the set S such that y is bigger than m minus epsilon. That means between m and m minus epsilon there are element of S. There are element of S. So also similarly infimum m of a set has the following property. M is a lower bound of S. Okay, if m is an infimum, then it is definitely a lower bound. Lower bound means if x belongs to S, then for all x in S, m is less than or equal to x. M is always less than. Every member of S is greater than m. No member greater than m, because it is the greatest of all the lower bound. So no member greater than m can be a lower bound of S. That is, for any positive number epsilon, however small, if we take m plus epsilon slightly towards left of m, then between m and m plus epsilon there are elements of S such that that element is less than m plus epsilon. So m plus epsilon is no longer a lower bound. It is no longer a lower bound. So however small positive integer epsilon we add to m, then it cannot be a lower bound. So it is the greatest of all the lower bound. Okay, we cannot have a bigger number than m as a lower bound. That is the property of infimum. Look at few examples of boundedness and supremum infimum of various set. Consider the set of natural number n. Set of natural number is bounded below? No. Set of natural number. What is set of natural number? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. This is set of natural number. Now 1 is the lower bound, and so it is bounded below, and any real number less than 1 is also a lower bound. Now is it bounded above? No, it is not bounded above, because there does not exist any number k such that it is the largest natural number. We cannot say about the largest natural number, so it is not bounded above, it is bounded below only. Now consider set of integers, set of rational, set of real, I, q and r. These are unbounded set, because these set are not bounded below, neither they are bounded above. A finite set is always bounded. If a set has finite number of elements, then it is definitely bounded. Consider the set of positive real number, r plus, positive real number. It is not bounded above, but it is bounded below. No, and the lower bound is 0. Okay, because if we subtract a very small positive quantity from 0, 0 minus epsilon, we get a negative real number. We cannot have a positive real number. So 0 is the lower bound. Okay, consider the set S2 such that x is a real number lies between 0 and 1. It is bounded. No, x is a real number, so it contains infinite number of elements, and the lower bound is 0 and upper bound is 1, and 0 and 1 does not belongs to the set S2, because it is an open interval. 0 is strictly less than x, is strictly less than 1. Okay, so supremum is 1, infimum is 0, and both does not belongs to the set. Consider the another set S3. Okay, x is a real number such that 0 is less than equal to x is less than equal to 1. That means all real number between the closed interval 0, 1. It is the closed interval 0, 1. It is also bounded, and the infimum is 0 and supremum is 1, and both belongs to the set because it is closed. So x is equal to 0 also, and x is equal to 1 also. But here x is not equal to 0. 0 is always less than x, and 1 is always greater than x. So 0 and 1 are not included. Okay, so the infimum and supremum does not belongs to that set. Consider another set 1 by n such that n belongs to n. Now what is n? N is a natural number. So 1 by 1 is 1, 1 by 2, half, 1 by 3. Okay, 1 by 4, etc. So when the denominator is increasing, okay, when n tends to infinity, what we are getting? The number becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, when n is very large, then it is almost 0, but it is not equal to 0. It is never 0, but it is approaching 0. So what we can say, all these numbers lies between 0 and 1, because the largest of all these elements are 1 and the smallest approaches 0 but not 0. So this is an infinite collection, and this set is bounded, and the lower bound is 0 and the upper bound is 1, and the upper bound belongs to the set and the lower bound 0 does not belongs to the set. 1 is the supremum, it is the least upper bound, and 0 is the infimum, it is the greatest lower bound. But 0 does not belongs to the set because here the element 0 is not present, it is approaching 0. So this set is an example of bounded set, and supremum belongs to the set and infimum does not belong to